It's still December 20th. It's still December 20th. Just reflecting on that dream. Reflecting on the details of that dream. Yeah, just reflecting on the details of the dream. Because, yeah, I want to capture it. There was this element of, my mom took me to him. My mom drove me to him, which I thought, when I woke up, as I was sitting with it, I was like, why would my mom drive me to him? Like, she was taking me to him. Because in all my other dreams, for those of you that have followed along, in the very beginning, my mom is telling me not to go with him. When I was having those I don't know, they're flashbacks. They're just dreams, right? But the dream where I was like, yeah, I was in high school and he was a little bit older than me, and it felt like he was a little older. And I remember it was the 50s, because I remember opening the closet, all of these dresses, and I wasn't much to wear dresses. There was a time where I was just like, oh, I don't wear dresses. And I remember thinking in the dream of like, why do I have all these dresses? And they were the poofy ones, like the 50s style. And my mom was upset that I was leaving, that I was making the decision to leave with him. And she's like, don't go. And I remember it was because he was on the other side of the tracks, and this element of like this separation almost of this, like, don't leave. But she was really more concerned of what other people were going to think. She was more concerned for that, and this element of like, because I was going to leave, like I was going to miss out on a school play or something, like something important. I had like this position at school and I was doing some type of presentation, something, and I was gonna purposely leave it and not do it because I was gonna take off with him. And she was telling me in my dream, don't go. And I did it anyways, knowing he was gonna break my heart. Like, I knew he was gonna break my heart, and I went anyways. And that whole theme of like me not listening to my mom, and it just so happened that in that time frame, and me not listening to her about what she said with my first marriage, right? And saying that he was a good man, but that he wasn't for me. And I didn't listen. And so now so then this continued theme, right? Of her, for whatever reason, telling me not to go with him. And then even when we act in real time, like when we went, she didn't know that was his place. Like I didn't tell her anything about what was happening, just because of the, because of the conflicts, right? The religious conflicts of what I was doing, and her thinking I was going down the wrong way. And so I didn't tell her anything. And we ended up going, because this is when we were starting to work on our relationship again. And I'm staring at this big ass painting, and it's one of his paintings. And but I was so taken back by it. I was just like sitting with it, right? Just taking it all in. And then she just, as she's walking away, she's like, déjalo. But she was referring to the painting. But just the, the little signs, right, that you pick up. So, and then the most recent one where her and my sister are upset that Noah's coming back. And this intuitive knowing that he's Noah. So to have her in my dream, driving me to him, she's driving me to him. Like he's like separate. Like there's this element of him being on his own or something. And we just had to travel to him. And the thing is, like, the people I can remember, it's religious. There's this theme of religion, because it was a lot of my mom's side family, and I mentioned that my mom, like in terms of religion, it's like it's not flexible. and so it starts off with that, at least what I can remember. But just the fact that I'm in this church, that's what throws me off. There's this element of like, he's not the missing piece, but there's something about him that I'm needing, or there's something that we're working on, or that I'm being taught. There's something about him, part of this process. And then switching to the church scene, and that's what took me by surprise. Because the video that I just posted, I don't know, the video that I posted yesterday, or this one, I don't remember because I haven't watched them. I'm talking about going into the churches here. And just throughout my life, like, it didn't matter what religious building it was, it always felt good. And it always felt good. But here, it was a religious building, and I thought immediately Catholic because of the arches and the stained glass mirrors, and there were nuns, and there was this element of like it wasn't, and it no longer felt good. And I think that's what threw me off. That's what, like, I didn't anticipate it. Because for me it was like, oh, any building felt good, but not in this dream. Like, in this dream, it was that's what shocked me. That it was, I thought I was safe, and then I wasn't in this church building. And so then there was this theme of like being possessed, or like, but I could feel the spirits trying to, like, but it was interesting that it was inside the church, so the church no longer felt safe. For me, in my dream. And I've never experienced that before in real life. But in my dream, there was this element of like, it's no longer safe. And that's what took me by surprise. So it's just so interesting that there's this theme of religion and safety, and like this element continued theme of being taken control over. Like, they were trying to take control over me, but the spirit within this religious building. And that's what threw me off too. I'm just like, why would a religious building have an evil, like a spirit, right? Like this negative energy. I don't want to say evil spirit, but it's just negative energy. And then so I was sitting with it, and I was thinking about Christina Lopes, and there's these videos, and I'll tag them again. I'll put them in the description box, where she gives you this new definition about evil spirits. And what I've learned from watching her videos is that your own fear contributes. Like, it actually feeds it. It feeds the negative spirits. Your own fear feeds it, right? Because it's all energy. Emotions are energy, right? Emotions are energy. And thoughts are energy. Like, everything, we're all energy. And so this element of like, if you fear it, you're feeding into it. And she talks about it, and then she talks about these mantras and these statements that you can start practicing to overcome those fears. Because you can, and that's why I started practicing saying it, because I remember watching it back then and being like, whoa, blown away that we have control, right? The same thing with our thought process, right? The more you feed into the negative thinking, the more you go down the rabbit hole until you stop it and raise your level of vibration, right? So that's why there's an element where I'm not afraid of it, because like let me reword that. there's an instinct of fear that comes up, right? A sense of safety, security, but because I there's that awareness, that's what I try to tap into, which is what happened in the dream. Like there was this awareness of like, oh dang, like I didn't expect this, and I'm trying to remember the mantras. And then at the very last minute, I say them, and that's when I wake up. Yeah. So I just want to share that, and I'll include the links about that again. But that's what I was thinking. So it's just interesting that the dream, the theme. My mom's taking me to she's like thinking about it when I woke up. I was thinking about it as I was getting ready. I'm like, why would she take me to him? She's never met him. But that's what threw me off, because there was this knowing that I'm like, in all my dreams she didn't like him. But she's taking me to him. Like there's this I don't know if there's a different awareness in her in the dream. I can't tell. It's just so interesting. It was an interesting dream. All the stuff that it's triggering. It's so interesting what fear does, right? When you feel, when it just, you don't think about it, right? You don't realize that you contribute to it. Battery's running out, which is not good. I've noticed that it's running out more. So either my videos are longer, or I'm not letting it charge, and I don't think I'm letting it charge until it's green. I know that because yesterday I took it off and it wasn't green yet. Alright, I need to go move my car. I have a training at 11 and a client later this evening, and I'm just working on the next set of videos and planning for the next step. So if anything else sticks out, I guess I'll just record it. Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us, in whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.